In between this bill, as I stand to support Mr. Speaker, we might need to rethink about the amendment proposed. Mr. Speaker, initially, I think before the Kibaki government, we used to have institutions that could offer specific, training at that diploma and certificate level. We used to have the cooperative, which is now the cooperative university, which were institutions that were serious institutions that could offer a diploma and a certificate course and thoroughly could do a proper training. We had institutions like Utalii College. We had institutions like Kenyan Institute of Management, where a student would start with a certificate or a diploma, and then later, Mr. Speaker, would now join the university. But what happened, Mr. Speaker? We collapsed all these institutions, including the one that was the National Polytechnic. We made it the Technical University of Kenya. The one that was training on cooperatives, we now made it the Cooperatives University, and so on, Mr. Speaker, going all even to Pwani University, which was also a polytechnic and a technical institution. So as we propose this amendment, Mr. Speaker, yes, it is important that we have proper training where the universities focus on the degrees and master's or postgraduate degrees all the way to the research level, because universities basically are supposed to be research institutions. And I find it, Mr. Speaker, sometimes when universities offer the certificates, they don't give it the weight that is required or the attention as a technical institution would do so. But the big question we should be asking ourselves today, and I hope Honorable Major Dong, who is the mover of this amendment, could listen, is that do we then have enough institutions that can be able to give the various technical, the certificates and diplomas within this country? Mr. Speaker, as a former chair of Education Committee, we were there in formulation of the Commission on University of Education for the sole purpose of even harmonization, because we had difficulties, and especially in law, Mr. Speaker, and also in teaching, where our students could go to Uganda if they had less than even a C or a D, and then get trained as a teacher. But when they come in, TSC could only accept, especially the high school teachers, only a person who had C+ and above. The same case also with the law, but now it is harmonized, Mr. Speaker. And so we need to relook at this amendment, Honorable Major Dong, and ask ourselves, would it be doing good to our students, or is it going to be doing more harm to the students who would want to do certificates or who would want to do the diplomas? I hear my colleagues, because they have said, yes, sometimes there's discrimination. If I go with a diploma or a certificate from Nairobi University and another one from another technical institution, the one from university tend to be given a heavier, weight. So I was just explaining to my colleague here, Honorable Amudende, and he's learning very well and very fast, Mr. Speaker, that it is important that we have a clear pathway such that whether one got a D or you got a C, that if you start from the lowest level of that, and we see determination, whether you start from the lowest level, you do a certificate, you do a diploma, then you can be able to get a chance now to join university. And we have seen people who didn't do very well at Form 4, but have gone all the way to do a doctorate. And sometimes you'll find there's, sometimes they will ask, why are you doing a doctorate and you got a D or a C when you're doing your Form 4 exams? But that is not the final. It is not supposed to be like the determinant on your career path, Mr. Speaker. So, Honorable Major Dong, as we support this amendment, as we go for the Committee of the Whole House, we might need to see how we make sure that we don't discriminate, but at the same time, we are able to have a clear pathway so that from certificate to diploma, then we can now go to the university. I thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity, and I support.
Member for Cases. Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker, for according me this opportunity to also weigh my observation on this particular amendment bill that is sponsored by Honorable Major Dong. And on that, I want to appreciate him for demonstrating